Hi there and welcome to the channel. Today we are going to make the dal curry or the lentils curry in 3 different styles. So I'm going to take the same base. So I'm going to cook the dal first and turn it into 3 curries that taste totally different. They're super delicious and very healthy too. And I'm going to use the yellow Mung Dal for all the recipes. It's very easy to cook and doesn't require any soaking in advance. And it's nothing but the green gram dal with its outer layer removed. So let's get started by dry roasting the dal. This is an optional step, but it helps to retain the flavor and aroma. And I usually do this in advance and store the roasted dal. So you just roast it for about 5 to 8 minutes until it turns yellowish brown like this, and now you're ready to either cook the dal now or store it for later use. But as I'm going to cook it straight away, I have taken here 3 half cups of dal. And I'm first going to wash it and drain off the water. For each measure of dal, I've added 3 measures of water to it. A little bit of salt and turmeric powder. Give it a good mix and we're ready to cook the dal. You cook it on medium to high heat, and you may notice that while cooking, this foam or froth builds up. You can just skim that away. And after cooking for about 20 minutes, you get to this consistency here, where you can still see the grains, but the dal is fully cooked. I've just mashed it up here with a potato masher, and I get to the consistency that I need. So our base is ready now, and I have divided it into 3 portions. And I shall be taking each of them for the 3 different styles or recipes that I was talking about. So let's go to the first recipe, which is the one with roasted garlic seasoning. And for the ingredients, you need garlic. I've taken 6 to 7 cloves, some cumin seeds, red chillies, coriander leaves. I've also taken some dried fenugreek leaves or kasuri methi and curry leaves, but those 2 are optional, so if you don't have it, it's okay. I start off by slicing the garlic. Chop the coriander leaves. And we are now ready to start the seasoning. So I've just added coconut oil to a pan that is heating on medium heat. But you can use any other oil instead of coconut oil as well. And once the oil heats up, you sprinkle some cumin seeds. Note that this portion that I've taken is a half cup of dal. So once the cumin seeds have slightly roasted, you add red chillies. Now you can add this based on your spice preference. I've added 2 red chillies to it and just give it a stir, and now add the garlic. And this is a roasted garlic seasoning, so you need to roast this garlic for a good 5 to 6 minutes until it turns slightly brownish. And when you're happy with the color of the garlic, add the curry leaves. And sprinkle the kasuri methi or the dried fenugreek leaves. And your seasoning is ready. Add the seasoning to the dal and garnish it with some coriander leaves, and there you go. Our first dish is ready, and it goes very well with some plain rice. So please do try it out and let me know how it turned out for you. And we're moving on to the second recipe now, which is an onion and tomato seasoning. And for the ingredients, it's similar to what we took before, but instead of oil, we're going to use ghee, which is nothing but clarified butter. And we're going to use an onion, one tomato, but I didn't have a tomato in the fridge today, so I've taken some cherry tomatoes that I had. I've taken 3 green chilies, but you can alter this based on your spice level. And I've also taken some red chili powder, some turmeric powder, a small clove of garlic with some ginger, cumin seeds, kasuri methi, coriander leaves, and the asafoetida powder, or hing as it's called. And I'm going to chop the onion to small pieces. Chop the tomato. The ginger and garlic as well. And we're ready to start cooking the second dish. And I start off by adding the ghee to the pan. And by the way, if you don't have ghee, you can still use a regular oil. So once the oil heats up, the procedure is similar to the previous recipe where you add the cumin seeds, let it heat up for a few seconds, and you add here the chopped ginger and garlic. And just roast the ginger and garlic. It doesn't have to turn brown like the last time, but still you need to saute it for a few minutes. And I'm now adding the green chilies. So I've slit it into 2, each of the 3 chilies that I've taken. And you can reduce it it depends on the spice level of the chilies. So if they're too spicy and too hot, you may reduce it. And once the chilies are heated or sauteed a little bit, you add the onions. Saute the onions. They should turn a bit transparent, and once they're done, you add the tomatoes and saute them together. We're now ready to add the turmeric powder. Here I've added 2 little teaspoons of turmeric powder, chili powder, and the asafoetida powder. Now we've already added the green chilies, so you can adjust the chili powder according to your spice level. We're going to add the dal to this and cook it together. So for me, this is okay. It's not too hot for me, but yeah, just alter it based on your spice level and how well you tolerate the chilies. I'm adding some water, around half a cup of water, and now add the dal to the mix. Give it a good stir. Sprinkle the kasuri methi on top, and I'm going to cover this after that and cook for around 5 minutes, and it's done. So it's not too difficult to make, but the chilies and the onion tomatoes give a totally different flavor to this one compared to the previous recipe, and it goes very well with roti, chapatis, bread, naan, whatever you want to have it with. But it goes better with that than with rice, I would say. Garnish the coriander leaves on top and our second dish is ready. So if you try it out, please do let me know how it turned out for you. And we are going to move on to our third curry, which is a traditional South Indian style dal curry with coconut. And trust me, this is going to be tasting entirely different from the previous two recipes. And for this, what you need is a grated coconut. So I've taken around half a cup of grated coconut and green chillies and cumin seeds. So the ingredients are very simple. And the first step is to grind those ingredients together. So I'm going to put these ingredients in a mixer, and I've taken 2 chilies, but like I said, if you don't prefer it too hot, you can reduce the number of chilies to just 1 maybe. Add some cumin seeds and grind it in a mixer to a smooth paste, because we're going to be adding it to the dal and making it a homogeneous curry. So it has to be ground really to a smooth paste like that. And the rest of the process is really easy. So we have to cook the dal in a pot. So I've added the previously cooked dal, which got a little bit cold. So I've added it to heat it up again. And once it starts boiling and I see the bubbles, I'm going to put the coconut cumin mix. And since I've already added water to that mixture, this dish is going to be a bit more liquidy texture compared to the previous ones. And that's it. The cooking is practically done. So heat it up for some more time. I've added some more water here just to clear off the mixer. Give it a good mix and heat it until it starts bubbling up again. And that's it. Our third dish is ready. You may also season it if you want with some oil, mustard seeds and red chilies. But I've not done that today because for this recipe, I like it just the way it is. It's super simple, very tasty, and it's a speciality of the Kerala South Indian Sadya, if you know what I mean. More about Sadya in another video, but there you go, we have the 3 dal curries in 3 different styles. I hope you liked the video and you will try out these recipes. Let me know how it turned out for you. Thanks for watching and hit that subscribe button. Until next time, bye bye.